Well, good morning, y'all. It is early morning on Wednesday, December the 7th. I hope your week is going well. We actually are getting some rain today, which that's kind of how our winters are for the most part, just rainy. And so we get the rain where we can. And so I am home today, and on my way home from work yesterday, I realized I hadn't checked the mail in a while. So I went down and I actually had a few things waiting for me. So I think I've watched other floss tube channels now, and I think everybody's getting their final Bird Crush Club packages for the year. So this may be a repeat of something you've seen on somebody else's channel, but I thought I would share it with those of you maybe who haven't seen it yet. So hopefully this isn't a spoiler, and if you haven't received yours yet, I don't know, go get up and make yourself a cup of coffee, mute the TV for a few minutes, and then come back. So this is our December bird, and as you can see, I already opened it, partly because, like I said, I had seen other people open theirs, so I knew what to expect, but also just to make it easier for when I showed you all. So this is our December bird. Isn't he or she adorable? I usually say he just because usually the brighter colors are the male birds, but it's absolutely adorable. Red-faced warbler. And as always, we get, and I kind of tucked all this in, I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. We always get a letter from Michelle, a letter from Stephanie Webb, you know, and this one, of course, is just kind of a final end of the year, thank you for everything, kind of, you know, I'm so glad you joined, you know, not that she has any immediate plans for the next year, but that, you know, just keep an eye out for more birds in the future. This, of course, is the like postcard sized informational card from the photographer Chris, and of course this is his final one as well. So yeah, just absolutely adorable little bird. And then let me go over, this is the Threadworks. So with each pattern we got a Threadworks, and of course this is for the face. And then our little stickers that we get. Kind of hard to tell which direction some of these should be. So yeah, but in addition to that, in Stephanie's final little letter, we also received a bonus pattern called the Armchair Ornithologist. And while you look at that, I'm going to read her little blurb on the card. She said, "Thank you for joining me in this avian adventure from hummingbird to owl. I hope you found admiring Chris's photos and stitching up these beauties as therapeutic as I did. Speaking of Chris, I'm particularly grateful to him for sharing his photos and his time to teach us all a little more about the birds he's met along the way. We got to learn about them from our stitching chairs, which is what inspired Armchair Ornithologist. Your included gift if you were in the club the whole year. Many have reached out and asked if the club can resume in the future, and the answer is I hope so. I'm not done crushing on birds, and I'm sure you're not either. So yeah. So basically, if you joined January to December, this was a bonus. And I have to think, first of all, is she just not just so talented as a designer? But just look at all the little birds, all the different little, and the little bee. I have to think she will release this too, because this is just too precious. I know other people are going to want to buy this. So I have a feeling this is probably just a limited thing till everybody gets theirs and things kind of settle down. She decides what she's going to do, because she has said multiple times she will release these. She just hasn't figured out how. She just doesn't know if she wants to do them as a whole set or if she wants to be able to sell them individually, maybe both, or maybe packs, maybe like, you know, all the little birds together, all the medium, you know, something like that. I don't know. So anyway, so that was our final December Bird Crush. And I'm so sad it's over, but I'm also so happy that we filled out the full year. And I've got all these together. In May, did you want to say good morning? Goodness gracious. But I am really happy to have been a part of this. This has been an exciting ride, so to speak, with everybody, really. So I have like a special bag that I have all of my birds in, except for, I think I pulled 2 or 3 that I really wanted to start this year that were like my favorites. And they are actually kitted up like completely. Like I pulled the remaining, like, so most of these, like this one, you know, she gives us the Threadworks for the face, of course. I'm sorry for the glare, but I'm kind of doing this one-handed. So she gives us the Threadworks for the, you know, the one part, whatever it is. And then the rest, she usually charts in DMC. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it without, no, I can't do it without showing you the pattern. But yeah, everything else is in DMC. So there were a couple that I really, really, really wanted to start, and I just haven't gotten around to it. But all the rest of these I've kept together in one kit, in one bag, project bag together, so that way I wouldn't lose track of like the Threadworks, and I wouldn't lose track of all the charts and the notes and the patterns and the stickers. And the cards have been going in my, well, actually that's not true. The nice photographs that Chris gives us, the postcard photos, I actually have throughout my room here on different, you know, hanging on little clips or over here on my bobbin rack or whatever, just throughout the room. So, and usually I swap them out. Like I've got a group of them over here that are kind of all clipped together that are like vertical pictures, and I'll swap them out from time to time. Right now I think I've got the Stellar's J as the top one, because it was one of my favorites also. So anyways, so I will definitely put that away with all the others to keep them all together. And then if you are, if you follow Bad Stitch on Instagram, if you don't, you should. But if you do, you might be familiar with Amanda's Greek series, and she actually put out this zine, this booklet of all of her Greek pantheon. It was a series of charts, and Amanda is also on Patreon, and I think at a certain level of Patreon, like whatever tier you were on, if you had kept your tier up for so many months, you either got a digital version of this or you actually got the paper version. But she sold out so fast. She had several of these printed up, and they'd sold out so fast she had to go and post another round, get some more in ordered, and posted another round on Etsy. So I managed to grab one. And in addition, you can kind of see it here, which this is kind of cool if I can get it out. So here's the thing. I would really love to flip through this book, but basically the patterns, the pages are basically the patterns. So we got this little cute Cerberus sticker, and then somewhere in here I thought I had put she also gave us a bookmark, which is really, really pretty, and it's got all of the projects names listed so as to like check them off as you complete them. So what I was getting at a second ago was the pages. I can flip to the first page because I know the first page is fine. It's just a title page basically, and then I think the second page is also fine. I think it's the table of contents and you know, her introduction to the book or whatever. But basically, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. So each pattern is a page, without giving too much away here. So this is Chiron, but the page is the pattern. There really aren't very many pages that don't have patterns on them. So it would be really hard to show you. But like, this is Iris. And this one, if you follow Amanda on Instagram, you've probably seen this one several times. This one I really do want to stitch. Is absolutely gorgeous. So some of the pages she's got the pictures, but most of the pages are the actual patterns. So it's really difficult for me to show you. I'm trying my best. So this is Eros and Psyche. There's the picture. This is another one I think she's posted on Instagram. But she's got the, quotes or informational whatever about the different Greek mythology. And I am a Greek mythology fanatic. I absolutely love Greek mythology. It always really, really, really I was really into like all the Greek tragedies, into the mythology of the characters, and I have a couple of old like PC games that I used to play that were based on Greek civilization type stuff. Okay, that's probably enough of that. I was just trying to give you a taste of what the book looked like. This one is just an alphabet sampler, basically. So that's the book. It's not all of the book, but some of the book. If anybody's interested, leave me a message and I will try to do a full flip through if you're really, really interested in seeing it. And I will definitely put the link. I don't know if she's got any left in her Etsy shop, but I'll still put the link to her Etsy shop in the description, in the drop down. So you can check from time to time, but definitely I'll put her Instagram information so you can at least go follow, because she will always, that's how I got in on this second round of the books being in her Etsy shop, was because she had posted, actually I think she may have posted on our Patreon too, that they were up. So anyway, so that is that. And then finally, get my other stuff out of the way. I got my two, I think these are my December Leo and Roxy's subscriptions. So this is, and I want to say something about these because somebody pointed it out. I was chatting with someone who liked a conversion that I did of one of Michelle's patterns, and she wanted to know what colors I used. A lot of times I end up pulling from these, and it's not really, it was very unintentional, but I didn't realize that not all of these colors end up being part of the permanent collection. Sometimes these are one of a kinds, or maybe the dye lot changes, so the next time it's dyed, it's not exactly the same. So if you see something you like here, what Caroline usually does is once we've received our subscriptions and all of them have gone out and everybody's received the ones that they were supposed to get, she will drop the remaining ones, I think like the following month, in the Evertote, in the Roxy Floss Co. shop, but as packs, as sets. And then if the individual colors end up being a part of the permanent collection, then you can find the individual colors. But for the subscription though, you won't always find the individual colors. So if you want a specific color, go look, and you can't find it as a single color in the shop, you may have to go see if there are any of the subscriptions left. So after saying all of that, these are the neutrals. So that is Snow Biz. I think Caroline says Hannah names these, so I love her puns. And this is Figure Skates. And that one is actually, you can kind of see it there, very subtly variegated from like a mushroom to like a cream to a, real light taupe. That one's really pretty. So that might be one of those ones that can't necessarily be duplicated, but very, very pretty. This one is called Fairy Dust, and again, subtly variegated. Mauve to kind of a purpley brown. What did I say that one was? Fairy Dust, really pretty. And Nostalgia. It's kind of a nice plummy color. And then Suit Yourself. So like Santa's suit, I would imagine. So that's very, very cool. So that is the neutral collection, even though that one is not a neutral, but it's I think a more neutral red than some of the other ones. And then this is the brights, which is kind of funny because the red in this one looks a little more neutral. And neutral is just meant to suggest, even though this pack very much was, except for the red, a neutrally based color, it's just meant to be more subtle, more muted colors than the brights. So here are the brights, which are Uranium Glass. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if y'all watch, if I can remember, I'm going to post it down in the drop-down box. If you don't watch Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal, you should. Debra is a physics teacher, and I didn't know anything about uranium glass until she did an actual episode on it, and it was so fascinating. Because she actually took some glass that I guess either she found at a flea market or something, or had purchased at an antique store somewhere, and some of it may have actually been pieces in her family, and took it to her lab and tested it to see whether or not it was actually uranium glass or it was just called that. Because there was, I guess back in the 50s and 60s maybe, when those pieces were popular, the ones that were real are technically they're uranium, so they're still radioactive a little bit, have a trace of radioactivity. But people would also make pieces that were meant to look like uranium glass but actually weren't. But the ones, when she tested them, the ones that actually were, I think they glowed or something. I mean, it's just absolutely fascinating. So anyway, but this is a little bit darker than the glass that I remember her showing. Actually, the glass I remember her showing was more like, kind of like, not even that. It was more of a lime green color. Anybody who's old enough to remember uranium glass would definitely know. I knew nothing about it. Obviously, it was before my generation. So, but that's a really pretty green. Really, really, really pretty. Okay, so uranium glass. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Snarky. I love this one. Now, this is another one. See how much variegation there is in the light to dark to kind of almost blue-green. This may be another kind of one of a kind, but I absolutely love that. Definitely see the variegation there in the loop. And then, hint, hint. So I have to guess this has just got a hint of, from what I can tell, like some yellow and pink. Almost looks speckled. Yeah, see, like there's a little pink speckle right there. So very, very pretty. So that's a good, like, if you need a white but you don't mind a little bit of just the palest of speckle or color to it. This is, another, so we got Suit Yourself Twice, which I'm not mad about it. This is a really good red, but yeah, it's definitely more of a bright, more of a bright than a neutral, but, so yeah, if it's intentional, great, because, it is Christmas time. So if you're stitching up a bunch of Santas, or holly, this would make a really good red, even though in our earlier, you saw our next red in our Roxy Flasco Modern Folk Embroidery colors called Poinsettia. But that's a really good holiday red too. But we did get two of them. I hope that wasn't a mistake. I mean, I hope that was intentional because they realized, we could all use it. And maybe somebody getting the neutral might also be upset. Or, like, if it was in one and not the other, and somebody got the brights, or got the neutral but didn't get the brights, or vice versa, that they'd still want it. So maybe they wanted to make sure everybody got some of that. And then this is, Wascally Wabbit. So, like a carrot. Like Bugs Bunny would chew on or eat. So yeah, very, very cool. And that's even got a little bit of speckle, light, subtle, yellowy variegation to it. So very cool. Oh, and so you've got your red. You've definitely got your orange. You've got your white. You've got your green. I could even see, like, if you have something like this, that would be awesome. The snowman's nose is orange, but you've got your white for your snowman. You've got your two, actually, you've got your two greens, maybe, for your tree. Anybody need more suggestions on what to stitch this with? Hit me up. I finished mine. Of course, y'all already saw that I put mine up at work. But yeah, there's some good colors in here to get going on this again. So, and that's a good, even though it's a snowman trimming a tree, it's still a very good winter decoration. I plan on leaving mine up for a while. So, I might change it out, in January if somebody gives me a hard time, but because it's mostly winter, I'm okay with that. So, that is it. This has been a day, and I work from home today, which is good. So we shall see. We shall see how it goes. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and put all this away and get ready for work. And I will probably see you all tomorrow. This one's a longer one. I can tell by the counter. Y'all can't see the timer up here, but I can see it. So this one will be a longer one. So I'll post this one as is. So y'all take care of each other. Be safe, be well, stay warm, dry, cool, whatever the weather suggests. So, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.